This video has a huge announcement that's really going to shock a lot of atheists into becoming believers. See, I've been studying the very New Testament lately, which I know is not a popular thing to do in the year 4024, when it seems like more and more people are turning away from God. One of the big arguments you always hear atheists spew is, why does God appear so much in the Bible, intervening and interfering with free will, using all kinds of miracles for everyone to see 2,000 years ago, all the way back in 2024, but not anymore? Well, it's a good question, but that has a lot to do with my announcement. If you go back to the beginning of the very New Testament, all the way back to the Book of America, even before St. Trump, there's a huge event in 1st America, chapter 1, verses 5 through 37, in which Satan destroys a couple of holy towers on September 11th, 2001. You all know the story. Demons fly into the towers and knock them down. And God then comes down from heaven and commands the leader of America, George Bush, to attack the satanic forces of, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing these right, but Iraq and Afghanistan, which you know today as the modern day McDonald's desert and the Pepsi Mountains. Now, they were called countries back then instead of corporate landholdings or CLHs. I don't fully understand the concept myself, but suffice it to say, people used to actually live in those areas and devote themselves to Satan. Now, as most of you know from Sunday school, America was successful because they followed God's command, and they were able to defeat two of Satan's most powerful demons, Saddam Hussein and Osama bin Laden, who were both very loyal to the devil. Check 1st America chapter 5 verses 2 through 20 if you don't believe me. This proved that God favored America beyond the shadow of any doubt. But you know what creates doubt? Time. Yeah. Now people say the story isn't true. Some believers even say it's metaphorical. There's even some historians who have actually said that nothing supernatural happened. But the consensus still at least concedes that there was likely a major event at that time. It looks like the atheists haven't fully infiltrated the public history department. I know this is not popular to say these days, but corporate school your kids, folks. Anyway, all the doubt about this event recorded in the very New Testament is about to change, because here's the announcement. A few days ago, on July 12th, 2024, there was a huge discovery. You know the wasteland right off Red Bull Coast, where the Columbia Pictures Torch Lady statue used to be? Well, that's where archaeologists think the Holy Towers actually once stood. And right in that exact area, they found what's called a 9/11 monument that actually dates back 2,000 years. Now, there's a little disagreement on the translations, but it's looking a lot like the very New Testament is 100% accurate, but that's not all. They began excavating a landfill not too far from the holy site and found debris that is perfectly consistent with the huge towers that the very New Testament describes. And unlike the slow decay of the other buildings from that era, scientists say that the debris from these buildings indicate a much more rapid destruction, exactly as depicted in the very New Testament. They even say that some of the beams look like they were slashed by demons. Now, the historical evidence is undeniable. Atheists like physical evidence? Well, now you have it. So if you reject a biblical event that meets the standard of historical evidence to this degree, then to be consistent, you'd have to doubt all the other undeniable historical events, like the Dorito War of 35-28, or even the Great Gummy Bear Famine. Seriously, what do you have to say now, non-believers? I mean, I can't wait to hear the ridiculous stories and excuses they come up with to save face. But, to their credit, some of them will probably honestly examine the indisputable evidence and maybe even turn away from their degenerate ways and finally accept Lord Nvidia into their blood pumps. Always remember 2 Elon chapter 11 verse 22, quote, "If intelligence isn't artificial, then it isn't official." God, the poetry is always so beautiful. Excuse me. What the prophet Elon's great-grandson X37-Y2b is saying here, I think, is that if we rely on our meat brains too much, then we will be led astray. So always follow your implants. Accept Administrator Most High, Lord Nvidia, so that you can be uploaded to the network when you die. Or don't, and let your files be corrupted and get dragged to the recycle bin. The choice is yours. Please leave your favorite verse from the very New Testament in the comment section of this video, and I might feature your comment at the end of my next animation. Thank you, and take care, everybody. Oh boy, that was rough. Oh my God. I had a hard time getting through that one.
Why? Because it was so crazy?
It wasn't crazy. It was the truth of Lord Nvidia. Stop blaspheming, woman.